Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Sorry for no videos yesterday. Got stuck doing other stuff and all that. And honestly, there wasn't really much news besides the Hezbollah news. And I just didn't feel like there was a point much to talk about. So I gave myself a break, gave you guys a break, because I know I've been making you guys watch all that crap. And honestly, it's not great. But I will be taking one more day off at some point this month, because I did say I was going to be making a video outside, and I had to take a day off in order to do that because, not really the best thing to do. So we'll see what happens, but mostly I'll be taking a day off for that, but don't worry, a video will actually be making in that time. Well, what we have here is where we'll be talking about how Gavin Newsom is trying to ban memes. If you think this is a lie, it's not. But he has said that he was going to do so for doing all of this, and Hillary Clinton will even weigh in her opinion the day before all that, so we're going to get into this. So, what we have here is that Gavin Newsom signs AI-rated bills regulating Hollywood actor replicas and deepfakes. So, what we have here is Governor Gavin Newsom on Monday signed a handful of artificial intelligence-related bills that would give actors more protection over their digital likeness and fight against the spread of deepfakes in political ads, among other regulations, aimed at the fast-rising technology. They are important election integrity bills that are long overdue, Newsom said in the interview at Dreamforce, a San Francisco conference hosted by business software giant Salesforce. The elections is happening, early voting is happening, these bills were urgent for me to get done. At least one of the new laws could play into this year's presidential election, which has already seen an online proliferation of deepfake political endorsements and videos featuring false videos of candidates. One of the new laws, AB 2839, aims to curb manipulated content that could harm a candidate's reputation or public confidence in election's outcome, with the exception of parody and satire. Under the legislation, a candidate, election committee, or election official could seek a court order to get deepfakes pulled down. They could also sue the person who distributed or republished the sensitive material for damages. The other bills signed include AB 2655, which requires technology platforms to have procedures for identifying, removing, and labeling fake content. This also exempts parody, satire, and news articles outlets that meet certain requirements. AB 2355 requires a committee that creates a political ad to disclose if it was generated or substantially altered using AI. Deepfakes of this year's presidential candidates, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump, have spread widely online, increasing fears of misinformation and disinformation. So, that is what's going on here, right? And I'm not going to read the full thing here because you guys are getting the gist of what's going on. Now, we're going to be reading here exactly what this is. This is the actual thing here, what we talk about with the AB 2839 elections, deceptive media, and advertisements. Now, what we have here is simple, right? We have this in the actual document, in the bill, saying, notwithstanding paragraph, this section does not apply to an advertisement or election communication containing materially deceptive content that constitutes satire or parody. If the communication includes a disclosure stating this has been manipulated for purpose of satire or parody, the disclosure shall comply with the requirements set forth in sub-paragraphs A and B of paragraph. So, again, the problem that I have with this bill, right, is that they're trying to pretty much inhibit free speech, inhibit, the Constitution, First Amendment, all that stuff, and it's just memes, right? When you make a meme, it's obviously a joke, and they want to make it to where, like, oh, you can't do this, and they want to jail people for doing this. Because, again, we have, with Elon Musk saying, Elon Musk accuses Gavin Newsom of making parody illegal as California governor cracks down on use of AI to create fake images and videos and political ads. So, guys, I understand this. It's like, it's just parody. It's comedy. And the Democrats are always trying to find a way to go after some type of speech or go after the Second Amendment. This is what they always try to do because, well, they just don't like it when they're losing. Now, when people start doing this, I start thinking that these people are terrified of Trump actually winning. They're terrified that the memes are actually doing their work, doing their magic. When we have, like, Trump eating the cats or whatever type of funny or parody music videos going out, it goes to show that it has an effectiveness. It reaches people. Because when you make stuff like that, it reaches the people, the masses, that are not aware or just not in politics. And if it's funny and it makes a little bit of, if it's funny and, it hits the right spots, people will share it because it has no political lining or whatever, it just makes fun of a president, whatever. If anything, you would think it would hurt Donald Trump, but apparently it might have just helped him. So they're trying to crack down on something like this, so that way they can prevent this from actually happening, and make sure that Kamala Harris has the ability to just, sue people. Because again, Kamala Harris has been, I may believe, does live in New York. She was born in Oakland, believe it or not. Oakland, California. So that being said, she could actually just legitimately use that to go against people because she lives in California. Assuming, people don't live in California, then the law doesn't really apply to them, right? So, leave California, you can do whatever the heck you want. So, so it goes on to say, the governor of California signed America's toughest banning political deepfakes on Tuesday as he stood by his July vow to make digital manipulation of collection content illegal. It comes after Newsom publicly rebuked ex-owner Elon Musk for sharing a post featuring altered images of Vice President and Democratic President nominee Kamala Harris. Yeah, and guys, this is what's going on. So when we go and look at this, right, this is what we have here. Gavin Newsom just signed a bill to make this illegal in the state of California. You can no longer distribute an ad or other election communications that contain materially deceptive content, including deep fakes. And what Gavin Newsom put is that manipulating a voice in an ad like this should be illegal. I'll be signing a bill in a matter of weeks to make sure it is. So that's what's going on there, right? That's what's going on. And to show you guys exactly what this is and what Gavin Newsom is talking about, he's talking about this video here, right there.
I, Kamala Harris, am your Democrat candidate for president because Joe Biden finally exposed his senility at the debate. Thanks, Joe. I was selected because I am the ultimate diversity hire. I'm both a woman and a person of color. So if you criticize anything I say, you're both sexist and racist. I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember, that's a good thing if you're a deep state puppet. I had 4 years under the tutelage of the ultimate deep state puppet, a wonderful mentor, Joe Biden. Joe taught me rule number 1, carefully hide your total incompetence. I take insignificant things and I discuss them as if they're significant. And I believe that exploring the significance of the insignificant is in itself significant.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time, and there is such great significance to the passage of time.
Another trick is trying to sound black.
Again, so as you can tell that this is actually something that is taking whatever, because when you lower down things and make it more of a comedy sketch, and people are more easily to digest it. And again, this is people the Democrats just try to shut down. Now, of course, we have this here. The Hillary Clinton calls for lawsuits against Americans who spread disinformation, which is funny because it's very aligned on this bill here that is talking about parody and what Gavin Newsom is doing here, making the bill being signed. So, again, it's hilarious that right after the day before, September 17th, and guys, I'm gonna let you know, this is the 18th here, 18th, one day afterwards, this bill comes forward, right? One day afterwards, this bill comes forward. So I really don't gonna tell you guys on how much of a coincidence this happens here when this bill gets signed. And of course, we have this here as well, saying Elon Musk tells California Governor Gavin Newsom to sucking these nuts after Newsom threatened to change the law to make AI ad voices illegal. Newsom was upset over a parody video below that Musk shared on X. And of course, this was on July 28th, 2024. And, yeah, it is now, what we call September, I may believe, and we're already going to do here, right? And then, of course, we have California governor signs laws to crack down on election deepfakes created by AI. And, of course, this as well, fake Kamala Harris video prompts latest beef between Gavin Newsom and Elon Musk. Manipulating voice is an ad, etc., etc. So, yeah, this is what's going on here. And these people are actually terrified. I may believe these people are terrified because they're noticing that the memes are working, and they're trying their every way to shut it down. Now, do I think that some of these ads or whatever, or some of AI things should be regulated. I think so. It really depends on context. But again, you can't be doing this for parody reasons, right? It just can't be done. It's quite insane. And this is just another power grab to silence people and their voices and freedom of speech and stuff like that. Just like the Democrats are, just like what she's doing here. Because, again, what is disinformation? Because disinformation could be always on the eye of the beholder, right? Because I could think something that what Hillary Clinton says could be disinformation, or what her disinformation could be something different, right? So you would have to align what would be disinformation, and anybody who sees it as disinformation could actually do this. So again, it's just a battle, because again, we would have red states. You say, oh well, these guys are doing disinformation, so we're going to go after them. Well, the Democratic states are going to say, well, this is disinformation, so we're going to go arrest them. It's stupid, because at that point you have two different political ideas, two political sides arresting people for their own forms of disinformation. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Because you would have two parties arresting people for what they believe is disinformation, and the other party arresting people for this disinformation. It makes no sense. It would just cause a mayhem of just going after people's rights for no reason. It's really quite stupid, and this is what the Democrats do. This is always what they do for this type of stuff. So, be as it may. Well, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. Cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.